We're still waiting for details of the government's plan to encourage competition among the banks, but the leader of the Greens already has a scheme to keep the Big Four in line. Bob Brown is today giving notice of a bill he intends to introduce, calling for a 2-year ban on banks lifting their mortgage rates beyond the movements of the Reserve Bank.
This is just massive profit-taking at the expense of the public. We've seen both the big parties saying it's unjustifiable. Well, now we see clear evidence that it is, and there needs to be some action taken, and that's what the Greens are doing on behalf of the people, taking action.
And yet the Reserve Bank came out yesterday in its November meeting saying that it recognised that wholesale funding was getting more expensive to banks, justifying the big banks doing what they did, saying, look, we expected it, it's OK, it's what they needed to do.
Well, I don't know they said it was OK. They said they expected it, but who didn't? Who didn't expect that the greed of the big banks and their CEOs taking home more than $10 million in their own pockets, out of the pockets of ordinary Australians, would see them take more? That's what it's about. And I say this to Joe Hockey, you've been talking about sand being kicked in the face of the government. You take some action and join the Greens, in real action in the Parliament, instead of all that hot air. And the same to Wayne Swan. And to Penny Wong. You say these rate hikes by the banks are unjustifiable. Well, get behind the Greens, and for 24 months let the banks be in lockstep with the Reserve Bank. We're not saying no interest rate rises, but let them be kept in track with the Reserve Bank, and then we can review the situation. I can tell you the banks will still be making billions.
Well, that's right. What's to stop banks, if this gets through, tightening up on the number of loans they make or putting up fees elsewhere in order to make up lost revenue?
The Parliament. It's our job to regulate in the interest of 23 million Australians, and not just hand everything to 4 banks and CEOs taking home multi-million-dollar pay packets because based on the profitability. You know, it's in their interest to gouge money out of people, and you know, the consequence, some people are going to lose their houses, some small businesses are going to be put out of business. The banks will be laughing all the way to their own vaults, but the people lose, and this is very responsible action by the Greens.
Bob Brown, thank you.
Thank you, Ros.